This week has been pretty slow for me that far. I haven't done that much, and because of that I decided that I have to go out and take some photos. Especially because I always think that there's nothing to shoot in my area. So because of that I forced myself to do it anyway. Luckily I live near the Harz National Park, so I decided that this is going to be my destination for the day. I woke up early, as always, packed my bag and off I went. The weather was pretty nice. It was a little bit cold, but this shouldn't be an issue. Since I wanted to avoid the super crowded spots, I looked for some destination that is a little bit smaller and not that overcrowded. After a quick Google search, I found a spot named Wolfswarte. It is just a lookout spot. The strange thing is that I found 2 spots with this name. I'm not sure why. Maybe because they look over the same area. I arrived and there was just a small parking bay with only one other car, so off to a good start. I got out of the car and started my little hike. I just followed the path in front of me, and I pretty soon realized that I was wearing the absolute worst outfit for this hike. Sneakers and a jeans that was a little bit too long. The ground was totally muddy, I was slipping and sliding all over the place, and the rocky terrain made it pretty hard to walk with the sneakers. I do own hiking boots, but I haven't thought the trip through. I was completely alone, the wind was not too strong, it was not too cold, and I had a somewhat clear view of the Brocken, which is the highest point in the Harz Mountains, and also the highest point in northern Germany, I think, with 1,141 meters. And the name Brocken translates to lump or boulder, so yeah, not that creative. At the Wolfswarte, I took out my Mamiya RV67, which I had transformed to a panoramic camera the other day. After that I followed the path further. Even though there were no other destinations in the area, I decided to follow the path for a little bit. But soon I decided to turn around and go to the Oderteich instead. The Oderteich is this lake that you saw from the Wolfswarte spot. But this path turned out to be the worst so far. Super steep with large rocks all over the ground. Absolutely not walkable with just sneakers. At the next crossing I decided to just follow the path back to the car. And at this point I remembered that I had a retropia lens with me, which I wanted to try out. The lens creates some strong lens flares and also heavy vignetting. After a while I reached the spot where you really can see the damage the bark beetle did to the Harz. You see dead trees everywhere. This happened because the Harz was mainly a spruce monoculture that was planted due to its quick growth in the Middle Ages and also after the Second World War, when the wood was needed to repair all the damage. The new forest is partly growing back naturally, but is also being artificially reforested. The goal this time is to create a mixed forest that is less vulnerable. After I arrived at the car, I drove to the Oderteich, which I also left pretty soon because it was just too crowded for my taste. Photographing in the forest is not that easy, I think. I find it hard to find real subjects when there are just trees all around you. But still, it was a fun trip. It's always good to get out of the house, even though I'm really bad at this. For next week there are more things that I want to do. I want to 3D print stuff and rearrange my desk again. And maybe decorate my office in general. So if you are interested in that, then please subscribe. See you next week.